Adam Gorney back with National Signing Day here with Cal coach Justin Wilcox. And Justin, very interesting end to the signing period. Obviously, we're going to talk about the quarterback position, both high school and portal, really. Let's start high school, Jaren Sagapolutele. Just the drama down the stretch there. How did it all work out, and how much does it speak to relationships at the end there?
Well, it worked out great. This is college football in this area. There's a lot of pressure on these guys. It's very competitive. We have a great relationship with Jaren for a long, long time. He was on our campus multiple times. He had a visit late in the year. We played home against Stanford, and he had a great visit. And then, we know the rest of the story. I mean, he made a decision and went to Oregon. And then he went back in the transfer portal, and we had a great relationship with him. So at that point, we started recruiting him again, and he was on our campus. So it worked out great.
How much do you think that just kind of came down to a kid really realizing where his heart was and where he wanted to be, and just kind of talk about him as a player, just a lefty, a big kid, Hawaiian, like all the things that, a big Dylan Gabriel, a lefty Marcus Mariota, that kind of type kid.
Yeah, he's really talented. I mean, he was on our campus and through this past summer, and then we saw him in person. He can really throw the ball.
Yeah.
Very, very smooth. It looks easy for him. He's been extremely productive. I'm sure you guys know. Guys make decisions, and there's a lot of pressure on them. There's a lot involved in this era of recruiting, and you guys know better than anybody. But I think one of the keys is, when guys make decisions, whether it's in recruiting or transferring, we really just aim to be non-emotional about it. It's hard. I mean, it's easier said than done, but we really try to take the high road and don't get pissed off. Just kind of keep going, and I think by handling it like adults, and if things change, then again, these are young guys making decisions, and there's a lot of pressure and there's a lot of influence from a number of different areas. So when he went back into the portal and was recruitable again, we recruited him, and he showed up. So we're grateful for how it turned out. Now it's time to go to work and learn the playbook and get in shape and all those things. But he is a talented young man, there's no doubt.
Speaking of today's recruiting world, you're also sort of balancing a portal quarterback situation. If you lose a high school quarterback, you lose one, you move on. But now you have a portal quarterback and a high school quarterback. You kind of load up at the position. How big was that to get Devin Brown? And how do you kind of manage through this now with both of them? It's a good problem to have.
Yeah, well, it's really big. And we've thought highly of him for a long, long time. And he's on the verge a number of times of being the starter there. And he had some injuries along the way, which were untimely. But he's a talented guy. He's older, and you can tell he's been in a college system, really excellent college system for a number of years. He's very, very smart. He can throw the ball. So we're really glad to have Devin. I mean, we built a great relationship over a short period of time with him. He's mature. He's been in the college game a long time, and so just spending time with him here in the first few weeks of our winter program, you can just tell he football makes sense to him. He can retain and regurgitate information at a high level. But we feel really good about the quarterback room. Devin, Jaren, and EJ. All those guys are talented young guys, and some obviously Devin has an edge with his experience in college football.
More importantly, are you going to let a quarterback wear number 33?
We asked him about that, and he's going to change his number. I mean, that's what he wanted. We would have supported it, but he will be changing his number.
Good. I
love his reasoning, though. I love the reasoning. I thought it was
awesome. Yeah. A lot of length on defense in this class. Defense better than anybody. Is there a difference between when you look at an edge, an outside linebacker, a guy with his hand in the dirt? Even middle linebackers can have that length now. They're not just 6 foot, 220-pound guys anymore. Do you just recruit athleticism and then put them a place, or how do you kind of go through that?
Well, we target. We have kind of parameters that we want to build the defense on in terms of height and weight and measurables. Is every guy going to fit into those? Not always. I mean, I can give you a great example. Cade Uluwave, he is not the tallest inside linebacker we've had, and he doesn't have the longest arms. But the guy he has elite explosiveness and instincts, and so he plays at a very, very high level. I mean, Cade's a phenomenal football player. Now, if all things are equal, and the guy, long arms and long levers, he's much harder to block, and he's got a bigger tackle radius. He can tip a ball in the pass game. So I think those things do matter. I mean, there's a reason that people get measured. But we're not so rigid that we're going to turn down a great football player if they don't fit into those measurables. But we certainly have targets at positions, because in the end, the bigger guys usually win when all things are equal.
Last thing, Justin, 5 single-digit losses last year, including 2 one-point games. I'm sure you know that more than anybody. Do you feel like you're right there to get over that hump? Or are there some final pieces here, both high school and portal, that can kind of get you there? And do you teach winning in that sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to win the first one, and then you're more likely to win the second one. And it's about making, it's the one play in the game that can make the difference. And when is that play going to show up? Well, every player and every coach, the assumption is it's the next play. And we had some really, really difficult losses, gut punches for sure. So it really was frustrating. It was disappointing. However, it's not hopeless. I mean, obviously we could have won a lot more games, and we just got to either score more or get another stop. And there's different ways to do that. Defensively, it's sacking the quarterback, get off the field on third down, intercepting one more ball, whatever it is. On offense, you got to put the ball in the end zone when you're in the red zone. We got to score more. You got to run it efficiently, and then in the kicking game, we got to create field position for our return units, and then we got to stop people, when we're punting and kicking off, and then we got to make field goals. It's a pretty simple formula, but it's easier said than done.
Sure. That is Cal coach Justin Wilcox. Justin, thanks so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Okay, take care.